Have you ever felt like the world sees you differently once you cross a certain age? Like your independence suddenly has an expiration date? That the moment you turn 70, you're expected to slow down, sit quietly, and let life happen without you? Well, I'm here to tell you, you're not a number. You're a whole person with a life still full of possibilities. And staying independent after 70 isn't just doable, it's powerful. It's a choice. And every day you get to choose how you show up. In this video, we're talking about 5 essential ways you can stay independent, strong, and confident no matter what your birth certificate says. These aren't complicated strategies. They're simple, meaningful habits that anyone can start. Habits that help you move better, think sharper, and feel more in control of your life. Because independence doesn't mean doing everything alone, it means having the freedom to do the things that matter to you. Whether that's walking to the mailbox, preparing your favorite meals, managing your own schedule, or just keeping your sense of purpose intact, it's all possible. And it starts with belief. Belief in yourself, in your strength, in your ability to adapt, grow, and thrive at any age. Let's start with something that may sound basic, but is absolutely foundational: movement. You don't have to be doing jumping jacks or training for a marathon to stay independent. But you do need to move, consistently and with purpose. When you stop moving, your body starts to stiffen, your muscles weaken, your balance wobbles, and suddenly tasks that used to be easy, getting up from a chair, walking up a step, start to feel difficult. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be that way. A short walk around the block, a few gentle stretches in the morning, or even standing and sitting repeatedly from a sturdy chair, these simple actions keep your muscles working, your joints mobile, and your confidence up. I know a woman, let's call her Betty, who started doing a 5-minute walk every morning after breakfast. Just 5 minutes. After a few weeks, she noticed she wasn't using the wall for balance as much. A month later, she was walking 10 minutes. Now, she's walking her dog around the park every afternoon. Her secret? She started small and stayed consistent. The second key to independence is a bit unexpected but deeply important: staying mentally engaged. Think of your brain like a muscle. If you stop challenging it, it begins to shrink, not literally, but in function. And when that happens, decision-making gets harder, confidence fades, and your independence slips. But when you stimulate your mind, reading, puzzles, learning something new, you keep that spark alive. You don't need to take a college class unless you want to. But maybe it's a crossword every morning with coffee, or a new hobby you've always wanted to try. One of our viewers recently shared that he started painting again at 73 after 40 years away from the canvas. He said, "It made me feel like I woke up a part of myself I didn't know was still there." That's the point. Staying mentally active isn't about avoiding decline. It's about staying curious, alive, and rooted in yourself. Physical movement keeps your body going. Mental stimulation keeps your purpose alive. And when you combine the two, you're not just existing, you're thriving. Now that we've touched on movement and mental strength, let's move into something that ties it all together in part 2. It's a shift that happens on the inside and changes how you approach every day. So we've talked about the power of physical movement and keeping your mind active. 2 foundations for staying independent after 70. But now, let's go even deeper. Because independence isn't just about what you do, it's about how you see yourself. That brings us to something many people overlook: your mindset. The stories you tell yourself every day have more power than you think. If you wake up and say, "I'm too old for this," or "I guess I'm just slowing down," your body will follow that lead. But when you shift that narrative, even slightly, to "I'm still capable," or "I can do something today that makes me stronger," it's like flipping a switch inside you. You start to act like someone who believes in their potential, and that belief shapes your choices: what you eat, how you move, how you engage with the world. I know a gentleman, let's call him George. He lost his wife after 45 years of marriage and found himself withdrawing, staying in bed longer, turning down invites. Then one day, he looked in the mirror and said, "She wouldn't want this for me." That day, he got dressed, took a walk, and signed up for a local book club. That one choice rippled into more, and within months, he said he felt more like himself than he had in years. Mindset matters. When you believe that you're still the author of your story, you keep writing. When you believe you still matter, you show up for yourself differently. Now let's talk about something a little more practical, but just as essential to independence: maintaining daily routines. There's something incredibly powerful about having a rhythm to your day. Not only does it help you stay organized, it gives you a sense of control. It tells your brain, "We've got this." And that's so important when other things around you might feel like they're changing too fast. Your routine doesn't need to be rigid. In fact, it shouldn't be. But having a few anchor points in your day, like a morning stretch, a healthy breakfast, a short walk, or a scheduled check-in with a friend, can keep you grounded. It helps reduce anxiety, improve memory, and give each day a sense of purpose. Think of routines as tiny promises you make to yourself. Every time you keep one, you're reinforcing your ability to manage your own life, your own needs, your own joy. And speaking of joy, that brings us to one more vital key to independence: connection. So many people assume that staying independent means going it alone, but that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, maintaining your independence often means knowing when to ask for help, when to lean on your community, your friends, your family. Isolation is one of the biggest threats to mental and emotional wellness after 70. And it creeps in silently. A missed call, a canceled plan. Before you know it, you're spending more time alone than you ever meant to. But staying connected doesn't mean having a busy social calendar. It could be as simple as a weekly phone call with your niece, a neighbor you wave to every morning, a hobby group that meets once a month. The key is making the effort to stay seen, heard, and valued. When you surround yourself with people who support your independence, something amazing happens. You feel safer to live on your terms. Not because you'll never need help, but because you know help is there if you do. So far, we've talked about moving your body, stimulating your mind, owning your mindset, building simple routines, and staying connected. Each one supports the next, and together they form a framework of independence, not just in your body, but in your spirit. Now let's move into the final piece that ties all of this together, the habit that helps you not only stay independent, but also thrive in the years ahead. So now that we've talked about movement, mindset, mental engagement, daily routines, and staying connected, let's talk about one last habit that often gets overlooked. But it's one of the most important when it comes to preserving independence: nourishment. And I don't just mean food, though that is a big part of it. I mean what you feed your body, your brain, and your heart every single day. Let's start with your plate, because what you eat in your 70s and beyond has a bigger impact than ever before. The right foods can reduce inflammation, support bone strength, balance your blood sugar, protect your memory, and keep your energy up so you can keep doing the things you love. Whole, nutrient-rich meals like colorful vegetables, leafy greens, fruits, healthy fats, and lean proteins aren't just trendy. They're powerful tools for longevity. And the more you choose foods that nourish your body, the more you reinforce your ability to live life on your terms. But nourishment goes beyond meals. It's also about what you consume mentally and emotionally, what you read, what you watch, what conversations you allow into your life. You can feed yourself fear and doubt, or you can feed yourself hope, encouragement, and possibility. You get to choose what fills your cup. And if you're thinking, it's too late to start now, let me gently remind you that it's never too late to start caring for yourself better. Every step matters. Every good decision adds up, and every effort you make to take ownership of your day, your meals, your movement, your mindset, it all tells your body and your brain, I still matter, I'm still here, I'm still in control. And that's the real definition of independence. Not doing it all perfectly, but doing it intentionally. So if you've been feeling like you're losing your spark, like the world is moving faster than you are, like people are starting to treat you as if you're invisible or fragile, just know this: you're not invisible, you're not fragile, and you are certainly not done yet. You have wisdom the world needs, you have strength that's still growing, and you have every right to protect and reclaim your independence with grace, with pride, and with purpose. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one habit you're going to start working on this week to stay strong and independent? Share it in the comments. I read every single one. And your words might inspire someone else who's just starting this journey. And if this video gave you something to think about, helped you feel seen, or just encouraged you in some small way, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. We're building something special here, a place where aging is empowered, not feared. Also, check the description below for links to a few of my favorite tools to support independence after 70. These are affiliate links, which means if you choose to make a purchase, it helps support this channel at no extra cost to you, and I'm truly grateful for that. Here's to strength, to confidence, to waking up every day and saying, this is still my life. Here's to staying independent and living it fully. And if you're ready to keep going, the next video is on screen now. Click to watch. It just might be exactly what you need today. Let's keep this journey going together.